Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Rimworld Alpha 14, where we're playing as Bunker Hill, where everyone that comes here to kill us pretty much ends up dead. That is a 105% shield, that is not bad. In fact, we might want to take that. Could you haul that for me if you're going to rest? Also, there's frag grenades out there. I also want to tell Angie to build a torch over here. And build limestone things over there if we have them. Oh, we've got marble. Right, what I want to do is I want to place down a horseshoe pin. So that people can relax in the prison and get some joy. Because they usually feel pretty joy deprived. Fairly, I don't think they can actually get joy in there, so we'll cancel that for now. But the torch is definitely a good idea, if only we had some wood for them. That centipede is finally destroyed, so we want to get that in there, that'd be great. Yeah, we'd like to give them some heat and some light, but we can't. Very unfortunate and all that. We'll go out in the morning. We'll harvest some trees that are ready to harvest. Generator's doing not too great. We're gonna run out of fuel in like 13 hours. Defo, how are you doing? You are still bleeding. Beltram, on the other hand, has gotten some decent medical aid. And Defo is up to level 7. He could be doing worse right now. Again, we're still trying to get Kimmy to join us. She is a great doctor. And a cold tolerant one of that. She's trigger happy with a chemical interest, but the fact that she's a doctor weighs off, in my opinion. Phelps, we're just gonna release Phelps as soon as he's healthy. We'll let his wounds recover. Right, who is our Marat's our next best doctor. Prioritize treating Defo, please. Preferably so he doesn't die. Also, treat the fibrous mechanites. That probably would help out a lot as well. So we are going to work on getting that done right now. Alright, that's good. Beltran is fully healed. Witness death with bloodlust. I saw someone die, that was intense. Jesus, Beltran. It's nice to know that you're good in the military, but damn. Defo is fully healed, so I suspect we won't be taking any injuries for them. Now we might have to build a better defensive structure over here, because nobody seems to care about our traps. In the slightest. Phelps has got an infection in his torso. Right. We're gonna need to treat him for that. We might have to give him medicine for that as well. Angie is gonna go out and do some stone cutting. What's your crafting like? Still 11. Beltran's crafting is still 12. Artistic of 4. I don't think we have a good artist. We actually do in Marat. So we might want to consider making some statues that we could probably sell for a little bit of money. We have enough medicine to make some hospital beds, if we research them. We haven't, of course. That would be too easy. I was about to say, has anyone given Phelps any medical attention yet? We're definitely going to put him on medicine. Just out of hospitality, let's put it like that. Out of kindness of our hearts. Could you haul them for me, if you're going out there anyway? Like seriously, there's a lot of bodies here. If we can, we'll make a temporary dumping zone, I suppose. Turn off junks, turn off weapons. Make this purely humanoid, critical. You are important, but not critical. You're going to cut a pine tree, that's good. That'll allow us to get some heat up, etc. Will be very appreciated. There's 10 human corpses here. Oh dear. Looks like we'll have to throw quite a bit of grenades. Kimmy is doing okay. She's a slight bit upset, but that should help. You now have light. You are still feeling utterly terrible. Minor infection in your torso. We will probably feed him some medicine for that. Which, you know, fair enough. People are hauling stuff, which is nice. I wish we could have a trader visit along. Right, just trying to recruit Kimmy with a 5% chance. Wow. We are getting somewhere, aren't we? Major infection, 33%. I don't want to make, like, suggestions, but I totally want to make suggestions to Kimmy. Like, hey, you should treat your friend. You're probably better at it than we are. If you would ever like to see him alive again. Just giving out general references and tips. Not like we've seen this kind of stuff before here, but we've definitely seen this kind of stuff before here. That takes care of the corporeal issue. They don't have a lot of proof when they don't have any bodies to show us, thankfully. Major and untreated. Dafo, you're gonna go and treat him. Right now, before he dies. We captured him to try and get him out alive. So, you know, that would be a good idea to actually make sure that we end up having that happen. Right, I think it's about time we start digging a second tunnel here. So, you know, we'll be starting out on that relatively quickly, and that will be a mostly residential area, I think. Although we'll try and spread out the bedrooms a bit, so that people will be a bit spread out in case of infestations. Also, just trying to keep our bedrooms in less. Well, let's just say we want to keep them outside of the mountain, or at the very least on the outskirts of the mountain. There is shallow water there for some reason. Yeah, we're gonna have to put a moisture pump there at some point. Wanna try and get rid of all this ugly marsh, but that's gonna take like a year. At least. That's it though, you could probably cover most of that. You would cover all the way up to there. You wouldn't take quite care of everything, but it's a good start. So we'll put one down over there. People are doing some good digging. I'm glad with that. It's nice to see that work is getting done. Thankfully, these moisture pumps, they don't short circuit in the rain. We'll need to make use of that at some point. Also, we're probably gonna try and put a solar panel somewhere. I haven't quite figured out the best place where, though. I think this might be a good one, but we'll have to deconstruct the snowman. We don't feel like building a snowman today. Angie is cloud watching. Kai is wandering around in a psychotic state. Severe illness on Phelps. Extreme infection, 93%. We are going to take him off of medicine. Kai just dropped their sniper rifle. We need to haul that inside to make sure it doesn't get damaged. Angie, could you please? Thank you. Alright, power. Solar generator. Run a power conduit along the lengths. Would it go through marsh? It would not go through marsh. Crap. Well, we'll run one through there as well. It's mostly covered up, which is good enough, I suppose. Got more granite chunks, like a lot of them, which I think it's a good thing in the long run. Okay, so we're gonna start digging out a 5x5 there, 5x5 there. We're basically going to be starting on making this look like bedrooms. We've been going for way too long with the communal bedroom, I know. Not ideal, but it didn't bite us or anything. We recruited Kimmy with a 7.5% chance. That's great. It only took until her friend nearly died of illness. But she's here, she's happy, I hope. We need to build her a bed at some point. I want to make it out of wood because I like building wooden beds. They feel comfortable and seem like they'd be quite pretty and appreciated. We're gonna cut down some more ready to harvest trees. Get the lovely Miss Carsnell theme playing in the background again. Alright, things are going pretty well. It's gonna be a quiet episode, hopefully, where we can just do some digging. Can we place batteries anywhere? They might short circuit in the rain, so we've got to be careful with that. Because there's still a bunch of marsh over here, we can't quite connect the power cables up. Now that's a bit annoying, but aside from that, we're also nearly out of food. Like, we're gonna have to hunt something. Hunt the ibex ram. Then we're gonna need to find... we're gonna probably hunt the timber wolf, the arctic wolf. Not too much of a difference, but it's a nice difference to have anyway. Phelps, you, once he's developed immunity, we'll let him go. He's only 16, poor kid. Alright, he did get in bed with the wrong people. NG is immediately going out and hunting the ibex ram. I'll have Tycho as backup for the arctic wolf, which NG may or may not decide to go out and hunt as well. I haven't quite decided on that yet. We'll also tell them to be hunted. How are you doing food-wise? You've just eaten. You are looking quite injured, but we should also hunt the turkey. Turkeys have a lot of food. Food is good in this case. Cargo pods have arrived. They bring chocolate. Lots of chocolate. That is pretty good. I like that. Alright, NG. Just need you to hunt a couple animals. Nice, now prioritize hunting the hare. Now we're gonna shoot the timber wolf. The arctic wolf. I keep mixing them up, I'm sorry. I mean, it wasn't hard. It was just important to do. I think it got mad at us, so technically we were in danger for a minute. Also, that is a turkey gone. Do we want to try and take on the bear? We're gonna want to try and take on the bear. It died pretty quickly. Right, NG, haul the grizzly bear. Tycho, haul the turkey. There's Plasteel over there. It's only 8, but it's still Plasteel. There's a dead arctic wolf over there. He was slowly being eaten by the bear. Kai is no longer in a psychotic state. That's great. Glad to have you back. We did a lot of hunting. See, that's what I like about hunting. You don't have to spend ages preparing or working. It's just, yeah, you're gonna go out, you're gonna shoot something. And once it's dead, a lot of good things will happen. A trade caravan is arriving. Yay, that's good. We're gonna be talking to Dimitri by the look of things. He's a mech war veteran. Alright. Looks like they don't have any animals to trade, but they have some pack buffalo. They're carrying a bionic eye, simple prosthetic legs, a legendary golden longsword. Your social is 9. That's not bad. You're age 41. That's good. We've got Sanders over there. Obviously, after he lost the race to be the Democratic candidate, he went to a Rimworld and was like, yeah, we're gonna lift things up here now. Murat's actually gone up with social to 10. She's got some warden he's got some warden training. We're going to be talking to Dimitri. Hi, Dimitri, what can you give us? A poor Kevlar helmet. We're going to sell you a lot of crap. A lot of crap today. You're going to love it. Basically, awful weapons, etc. all go out the door. LMG, still fine. Sniper rifle, it's 79%. I think we're going to sell it. Poor charge rifle, 88%. We'll sell that. Awful wooden club, awful slate club, shoddy marble club, wooden club, steel spear, silver club, jade chip, silver mace, silver club, plasteel club, plasteel knife. We are going to get a lot of silver out of this. We're going to keep the plasteel knife good and the plasteel gladius. We might want to buy the bionic eye. We might want to buy some medicine. We have 97 components. Somehow I don't think we'll be needing any. We can get 1400 silver. Or a bionic eye. I'm half tempted to just go for the bionic eye. It's gonna cost us all the money we would otherwise earn, but I'd spend it on bionics anyway. So I feel like spending it on that is not a bad idea in the end. We can always sell... What would be the difference between a good pistol and a superior pistol? Good is more accurate, so we're going to sell the superior one. This is going to clear up a lot of space. We're also going to sell the Molotov cocktails, I think? Actually, no, we can sell 2 frag grenades, and they'd still owe us money. Yeah! Trading. I'm gonna quickly get Kimmy, who's sleeping over here. And is not a hauler, apparently, incapable of hauling and mining. Because of course you are. There's one thing you needed to be incapable of, it's that, of course. I think we'll just build you a bed when we can. Just build it out of marble. That'll be good for now. We're gonna be trying to haul stuff inside quickly. Except for the silver, that doesn't rot or anything. Now, they weren't any military, they were purely military traders, so they're not gonna spend their hard-earned silver on anything else. But, considering the fact that we've gotten both silver and a bionic eye from them, and some medicine, I think we don't have the right to complain about anything right now. That's a normal bed. We'll assign it to Kimmy. Get up and go to bed. You're gonna sleep in the cold, but it's better than the alternative, in my opinion. We'll put down a bunch of marble blocks where we cannot build. Because it is all marsh. Right. That is gonna be very annoying. We're not even going to be able to cover all of that. We'll need to put a separate moisture pump in here to help clean out all of that. Which is not what I was hoping for when I came over here, but at least we have the option of getting rid of the marsh. I'm not happy with it, but if that is the way that it has to be, then it'll be that way. Construction failed. Marat, you're getting better, I suppose. Construction is 6 now. We can train you guys on smoothing all the floors here. Which isn't a bad idea, actually. We're going to be walking over all of these tiles, so please, definitely get some construction training going. We'll leave Beltran, etc. to mine. I can remember when you were only a 1 in mining. You are getting so much better, my friend. Like most of these people are. The time has been already for a season, dear lord. This is gonna take forever. But at least we are slowly turning this into workable soil, rather than the alternative. We're still getting 1 million bricks to do things with. Construction has gone up to 14, alright. Beltran is still mining. That's fair enough. It's going to increase the speed quite a bit. Tycho, what is your mining like? Only 5. Must have been a lucky hit then. I'm also going to clear the snow on this little area. because we are now walking here on a regular basis. I want to reinstall you over there. Things are going quite well, I must say. So there's a solar flare, of course. Beltran is feeling terrible. Hungry, disturbed sleep. Cold. He's just slaving away all day long. Buddy, you should get some joy in then. We might have to... Well, Kai just broke. Eating without a table despite having a table to eat at, I suppose. These people are not quite sane of mind. But then what the hell do I know? Angie, you must be taking penalties again. Yep. Only slightly, though. Only slightly. We can get around that soon enough. Floors, meanwhile, need to definitely be smoothed out further. We're getting so much progress on our base now. It is great. Hopefully we'll find a thermal vent somewhere. That would be great. Right now, you're going to be sleeping in some ugly rooms. We have found compacted machinery, however. That is a nice change. Like, seriously, that will be massive in the long run. The freezer is still cold. There is no meat left. Almost. We went through a turkey, a timber wolf, a bear, and some small critters in a day. Maybe 2 days if we're very lucky and stretching the interpretation of everything, but... Murat's now broken because he keeps getting rebuffed by Engie. Damn it, Engie, you two need to get that tension over already. Let's hunt a turkey. And a boar. Multiple boars, in fact. Come on, Engie. Why won't you settle down with Murat? He's quite nice, once you get to know him. Speaking of Murat, he's still working on all of that. I'm going to wait a little bit more before we start building medical beds, because we still need to research it. Smart me realizes. Phelps, meanwhile, isn't close to breaking, but we are going to release him. So the pigs will hopefully like us a bit more. At least, that is my theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Now, on a more serious note, it would be great if we could get some better relations with the pigs. Not insulting them, that's how they refer to themselves. It is 12 degrees outside. Allow sowing. Like, seriously, allow sowing. Right now. We're going to expand this zone. Because we like our rice. And our corn. And we need more food. Like right now. I can cover dirt. We're going to be adding another growing zone in here. Actually, no, we're just going to unify that. Over here, however, we'd like to get some heal root. Matter of fact, we'll extend it over here. We want to get plenty of heal root in for the summer. And the ground is finally thawed, which is nice. So, you know, we'll actually be able to get things done at a reasonable pace now. Kai has collapsed. Well, you should have just gone to bed, you nanny. No longer wandering in a psychotic daze. All he needed was a bit of sleep. He should have just gone to bed, Kai. Well, that's that, I suppose. We really need some power for these batteries to go up. Terrible mood. Dafo, why are you feeling terrible? You're still sick. Mild pain. Moving and blood pumping is all enhanced. Manipulation would be as well if he wasn't missing an arm. Murat's also just giving up at this point. Because he keeps getting rebuffed by Engie. Oh my god. I attempted to create a romance, but I got the cold shoulder. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. So do you actually still like Engie? You do. Some deep talks off-weigh the fact that, you know, you keep getting turned down all the time. Let's get rid of these snowmen. We don't want to build a snowman. No, we don't. I'm lot of granite blocks. We're gonna try and build some better beds with them, I suppose. Or marble. We'll use the marble. I mean, we can always build out of granite. It's nice to have the secure crop, the secure rock. Bits has given birth. Bits has given birth. Where's the little dim? Oh, there's the little dims. Queenie! Queenie! Advanced trainable intelligence. Aww. Oh, we've got Chelsea as well. And so it begins. Stacking up 1,000,000 huskies. There's a raid! Of course there is. We released Phelps, didn't we? Yeah. Defoe's right over there. Where's the raid? Looks like they want to use sappers to tunnel around your defenses. A freaking course they do. Could you just shove them in a hole somewhere? Anyway, we've been going on for long enough. I'm going to end the episode here. If you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like down below. It really does help out the channel a lot. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. If you want to see more Rimworld and haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a good one, folks.